Hello again. Thanks for tuning in again, folks. Today, we're going to call the Internal Affairs. We have a victim of police misconduct here visiting today, special appearance, special guest. And we're going to call in right now and see what he's got to say and see what they got to say. And we'll see where it goes, just like that's what we do. So, you got something to say there?
Yeah, so what I've experienced was just, a general form of harassment for most law enforcement officers. And upon complaining about it, I received a very threatening letter, a very discouraging letter. And through the willful misrepresentation, I believe that this lieutenant, who's supposed to be the commander, has willfully misrepresented the case. They claim that it was thoroughly investigated, yet the main officer who I'm complaining against was never mentioned. So I send in some more complaints, another complaint, and that gets sent back to me. So we're going to call Internal Affairs here and see what we can get.
I'm going to add that doesn't sound very thorough. It pretty much sounds partial. We should probably look it up in the dictionary and send them a copy of it so they can learn something.
And so I welcome you to another exciting adventure of COPADIAL HUNTER. Watch as I approach the local law enforcement, and I'll stick my thumb up his anus.
Well, we better hurry call him.
PIMA County Sheriff's Department information line. If this is an emergency or you are reporting an incident, hang up and dial 911. For jail information, press 1. For records information, press 2. To speak with a detective, press 3. For impounded vehicle information, press 4. For special operations, including traffic, press 5. For additional selections, press 6. To repeat this message, for road condition information, hang up and dial 547.
This is why people go away. They gotta sit here and listen to this stuff. Can't even get to Internal Affairs that quick.
For school services, press 1. For Internal Affairs, press 2.
Internal Affairs, this is Todd.
Good day. I just have a few general questions about your complaint, procedures and policies. Okay, now I recently experienced a harassment by a local law enforcement officer, and I'd like to know what would be the first step I go about solving this problem.
Well, you can file a complaint in one of three ways. You can do it over the telephone, you can do it in person, or you can do it in writing by letter or email.
Do you guys have, like, maybe a standardized form to fill out for...
Well, we just ask you to basically, write a letter telling the who, what, where, when, how type thing, and just in the form of a letter state all the details.
Okay, well, say I do go through these channels, and what would be the average response time for, say, a legitimate complaint?
How long will it take to do the investigation?
Well, I just want to know what would be a general response time that you guys give me, maybe receipt saying that you got my complaint and that you're working on it.
24 hours.
About 24 hours.
Receipt of your complaint. If you send it by email, by letter, obviously it'll take 2-3 days.
Now, that's business days, of course.
Right, that's average. The investigative time can range widely. I mean, anywhere from a day to, I've seen them take up to a year. It depends how involved it is. I'd say average is probably around 3 months, but it just varies.
Okay, well, you see, I've sent in a complaint already. I've went through a lot of proper channels, and I actually received a letter. I didn't receive any receipt in 24 hours stating that my complaint was received by you guys.
How did you send it to us?
Huh?
Send it by U.S. mail or email?
By email.
Okay.
I didn't receive any receipt at all. No letter saying that we got the complaint. All I received about, I believe it was on or around 3 months later, they sent a very threatening and very discouraging letter, and I'm actually kind of shocked by this. And they say it was a thorough investigation, but the main officer that I complained against was never mentioned. So I wonder how thorough could that actually be.
Okay, sir, let's start with your name.
I'd like to remain, anonymous in this issue because.
How can I follow up on it for you then?
Well, that's all right. I'm just getting some general information because I've experienced some additional harassment. I'm not going to get into that right now from other law enforcement officers. That's a whole nother issue. But I fear for that. What's to say that you guys can't just, pull me over? I disappear one day. Maybe should I report? Should I report them?
You can file a complaint at any time.
And so say like I'm not comfortable over the phone. Say I wanted to actually meet someone in person and I really need an interview to talk to someone who can maybe, make some decisions and get things actually done.
Mm-hmm.
How would I go about doing that? And a nice sit down, maybe, on record with some, sit down in the office with some recording software, so I know that what I said and what officer says is all on record and it's all. How would I go about that?
You need to come down to our administration building at 1750 East Benson Highway.
Okay. I'm familiar. I know where you guys are located.
Okay, and we're here Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, what you call on-record interview, a sit-down, is that conducted in your lobby, or do we actually go somewhere?
We have an office on the first floor off the lobby.
Is that standard?
Yes.
Can I tell them, IA, you said that it was okay to have this interview, that this is...
Yes.
Alright, well, thank you very much for your time. You have a great day and a better tomorrow.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's how it's supposed to play out. If you check out my YouTube video that I have posted as an investigative journalist under IA job abandonment, you'll find that they won't take my complaint. They told me to go away, and I asked him if internal affairs is broken. That would be Sean Payne, and he wouldn't answer me. And I asked him if I just got to go somewhere else to complain. And he said, yeah. He seems very persistent on giving legal advice, pushing me to the Attorney General, when I believe there are multiple other avenues, and he's not giving me thorough options. Of course, I can go to the Attorney General. Of course, I can file a Rule 2.2b direct filing under the Rules of Criminal Court. Of course, I could make a citizen's arrest under Arizona Revised Statute 133884. But I do believe that what this internal affairs guy here just said, his name is Todd, is pretty accurate of how things are supposed to work. Now, Mr. PIMA County Patriot here, was that what you go by?
That is not what I experienced at all in this event. I experienced runaround, I experienced harassment, I experienced dead ends, speed bumps left and right, and just complete and utter discouragement.
How many times did you complain to these guys on the issue with the two officers by the smoking ashtrays that were in violation of the health ordinance in their law?
Well, on that one, I only complained once.
What did it say in the letter? How many times did you complain?
They threatened me about continued attempts as being harassment.
Is that misrepresented since you'd only complained once about that?
Oh, of course.
Did you know that the misrepresentation is talked about in the obstructing statute, and that is probably a Class 5 felony or potentially?
Indeed, and that's why my second complaint was about the lieutenant herself, and it got sent back to me. So.
Or not responded to at all, and that's not being thorough, and that's pretty much job abandonment. Okay, we're going to wrap this up, folks. I hope you got some information there, and I hope you tune in for something else. We're going to post this on YouTube, and, well, like the
Good eye.
PIMA County Patriot said here, have a great day, and a better tomorrow.